Ladies and gentlemen, we are here for the APA Showdown Season 7 Finals between GeneralTarheel and Panther 2, the Battle of North Carolina. I am your host today, Sleeping Knight 77, aka coach of the Montreal 2 Canadiens, and joining me today is Miticus, leader of the Beehive.
What is up, guys? Hope you're all doing well and excited for a great match that is about to unfold.
It looks like GeneralTarheel is bringing the Mega Blaziken, the Cresselia, Garchomp, Empoleon, Florges, and Banette, while Panther is bringing the Zapdos, Sylveon, Alolan Muck, Tyrantrum, Mega Lucario, and Jellicent. And based on these teams, I predict a long battle.
Oh gosh, I mean, when you look at one side has Cress, the other and a Cress and a Florges, and the other side has a Sylveon and a Zapdos. Like, guys, I hope you have a lot of time to spend watching this because it's going to be a long battle.
Yeah, especially with Jellicent too.
Jellicent was hiding behind that muck.
Yeah, and I mean, it gets water absorb, it gets Curse Body, as well as Banette. Banette also gets Curse Body, so it can kind of be similar. But I feel like definitely Jellicent has the advantage in a Banette versus Jellicent battle. It obviously walls Empoleon if it's carrying water absorb, unless the Empoleon is carrying Toxic. I really don't see anything bar a Thunder Punch, Mega Blaziken here, which we're gonna see right off the bat. If he has it.
So a good lead by Panther leading the Jellicent, pretty much completely blocking the Blaziken. Blaziken's gonna have to switch out immediately.
Yeah. I mean, again, like I was about to say, I really don't see anything that stops the Jellicent on Tarheel's team currently. Banette can, unless it's a Thunder Punch Mega Blaziken here, and he does go for the sub turn 1.
So that's very interesting why Panther went for a taunt, knowing that he would be slower. Okay, I understand this. So he couldn't Swords Dance. So
he can't Swords Dance anyway because we have that rule.
You're right.
So if he had Swords Dance right there, he would have lost the battle. Turn 1.
Ejected immediately.
But he does send in the Empoleon. These two, again, kind of wall each other unless Empoleon has Toxic, but in that case, I think Sylveon would have Heal Bell. So, and
Panther's going to continue to spam the taunt.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to be a slow battle. Again, I don't know what he has to break through the Jellicent, and you do see the Toxic there from the Jellicent onto the Cresselia.
Which is pretty important because basically Cresselia is the only thing that stops Lucario, Mega Lucario at that, from wrecking Tarheel's team. So keeping Cresselia pretty healthy is super important for Tarheel. So a Toxic does not help that matter whatsoever.
No, but he probably does have the aromatherapy on the Florges, as most of the Florges do carry that. But again, it's still a couple turns away. And this Jellicent has taken no damage, and it has been 5 turns. Granted, it also hasn't revealed an attacking move, I don't think. No, he did do Scald turn 2. But But other than that,
the rocks are on the field for Panther on Panther's side, and his only remover of those rocks would be Zapdos, taking 25% coming in.
And he does send in the Ivan Ooze, which seems to be a pretty dedicated counter to Cresselia. I will have to remember that when I face that in another league, but moving on from that, we do have the Alolan Muck in a very advantageous position here. It can kind of fire off and knock off. It's going to hurt everything for pretty hefty damage, bar the Mega Blaziken, but it's still going to do a lot to the Mega Blaziken.
Yeah.
I did notice Panther, Miticus, you did say that you expected to see some pretty Pokemon. Do you see any pretty Pokemon on the screen right now?
Oh, dude, do you see that Alolan Muck? I mean, that is glorious. All those colors are just so distracting. I can't even hardly think about what I'm expecting this battle to entail. I'm just so sidetracked by those colors.
Fun fact, Alolan Muck can run Rock Polish.
All right. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, I don't expect to see it here, but it is a thing that Alolan Muck can run. Uh,
Something that's very interesting that I'm just now, kind of realizing is that Alolan Mug and Cresselia almost have the same exact color scheme.
yeah, they do actually with that pink, red, greenish.
Yeah,
Blue and
if you could
yellow.
replace that blue on Cresselia with a green, they would definitely have the same color scheme.
Yeah, that's definitely interesting. Very colorful screen right now.
Oh yeah.
As we,
So what do you see happening here? I mean, obviously,
obviously, I
Tar
think
Heel doesn't
yeah,
want the Cresselia to take any more toxic damage or take a hit from this Mug. So Cresselia is definitely getting switched out unless there's a crazy prediction.
yeah.
Um,
I feel like the obvious switch-in is Garchomp, but it also could have been Mega Blaziken, which was the other thing I was about to say before he sent it in. And then the Alolan Muck goes for a Curse, and that is going to be paying dividends on that attack and that defense. I mean, I believe a high jump kick is still going to do a lot to the Muck. It's just a matter of how much at this point. And is it going to be enough to be a two-hit KO after? I don't think so because he does have the Gluttony Berry too.
yeah, I was gonna
Completely forgot
say
about
he
that.
has the berries, so
It is not Poison Touch, it is Gluttony. Of course, High Jump Kick does have a chance to miss. He does substitute, as he does go for the Poison Jab. I don't really know what the play was there on Tar Heel's side, to be completely honest with you. However, he does go for the Poison Jab right away.
we're
After
now
just
saying
one
that
curse.
Blaziken he's at 51% after that sub.
Yeah, and
So,
Blaziken doesn't get
I don't
any
wanna take too
recovery,
much
does it? It doesn't get Drain Punch.
I mean, I think it gets. I'm not even gonna say it. I'm not even gonna say it.
What were you gonna say?
Oh, let's just skip on that. Recovery? No, probably not. I don't know. I won't say it.
Jesus, were you about to say Synthesis?
No, no, no. I was thinking maybe he's a chicken. Maybe he gets roost. I
Oh
don't
my
know.
god.
Maybe he's a bird.
I mean, he's a bird. He should, I guess.
Oh, boy.
If Kirim can get Roost, oh, the baton pass, speed into Garchomp, another curse set up. I do believe, Garchomp, will not be able to kill the Muck here at +2, unless it's rocking a Z move, and I don't know if it's a Z Captain.
Yeah, I don't know offhand. I can definitely check that out.
Please do.
So it's gonna look like Panther's Zmons are Lando T and Tyrantrum, so that's something to be looking for.
Tyrantrum, he does have. Lando T, he does not.
The let me try to find the Charizards. Garchomp's the Zmon, and so is the Shark.
Okay, I do believe that a Z Earthquake would knock out the Alolan Muck, just based upon damage, unless it is like a fully defensive Alolan Muck, and I believe it does have a shot. But in any case, after setting up two curses, it looks like unless Panther wants to risk it, he will have to withdraw here. But the question is into what? He sets up a Swords Dance, knockoff. Shadow Sneak will kill, I believe. And it was Life Orb, so it was not Z move. And I believe at this point, Shadow Sneak will kill.
Yeah.
So it looks like Tar Heel at this point in time is going to be relying on an Empoleon Burn.
Unless he's carrying the Willow on Banette.
That is a possibility as well. But we do have Shadow Sneak does still do a decent amount to the Banette before it is able to get it off, since it does not have the Prankster. That is its Mega form.
That's very true. It actually probably would kill it.
At +2, maybe not. But Again, it is still a lot of damage to that Garchomp. To that Banette,
But
rather.
no.
And he has yet to pop the Gluttony Berry. That was a very risky play by Tarheel, and it doesn't look like it's going to pay off for him.
Shadow Sneak would have a 18% chance to OHKO at +2.
At +2 from Mega
Yep.
Banette. I mean, from Banette. Oh my
Yep.
gosh! Wow. Muck's a monster. Let us never forget that Alolan Muck is a monster.
Yeah.
And he does withdraw. Wow.
I don't understand that play.
Wow.
I think he might be kicking himself for that one.
Maybe he did the calc, and maybe
I don't think you let your Sylveon go down like that though.
yeah. I mean, I really don't know what that
No, that's actually really huge.
And he does send in the Mega Lucario.
I understand that, and he's gonna have the priority to knock this thing out, but
yeah, but maybe he did the calc and Shadow Sneak didn't take out the Garchomp, or maybe he does not have the Shadow Sneak.
That's the only possibility, is that he does not have the Shadow Sneak.
He did reveal he revealed Poison Jab, Curse, and Knockoff, but he didn't reveal a fourth move on that Muck. The Banette obviously is going to first the Lucarionite, meaning that he does not have the Curse Body.
Shadow Sneak from a Adamant Muck would have done minimum 24% from an Adamant Muck.
+2.
So, and the Garchomp was at 19%.
Yeah, it was at 19 to 20%. So again, a very, very interesting play from Panther. Maybe he was calculating defensive Garchomp, which was again a possibility, but we are 11 turns in, and we are 13 turns in now, and Tarheel has a surprising 6-5 lead after Panther sets up to +2, and we're still trying to figure out why he withdrew, but
I'm going to assume that he just did not have the Shadow Sneak.
yeah, if he
I think that's pretty much the only way that he switches out there.
Again, like, if you don't have the Shadow Sneak, I understand that, but if you do, then you've got to be kicking yourself at this point. But
I think Sylveon's a huge loss for him.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, at this point, not really, because the only thing that it really would have done huge damage to is the Garchomp. He has the Mega Lucario here, which is still going to do huge to the Florges, the Empoleon. He still has the Alolan Muck, which is going to take care of the Cresselia. And the Will-O-Wisp onto the Alolan Muck here is going to essentially neutralize it. Yeah, it's going to essentially make it useless, even after a few curses. And that is another huge loss for Panther. Again, he has not popped the berry, so he still does have a few more turns with the Alolan Muck, and he does taunt. Wow! And Knockoff does 50%. That is a stupid taunt. Alolan Muck is broken. It's not broken.
What is a Grip Claw? I'm not familiar with that item.
A Grip Claw makes it so all trapping moves go full 5 turns.
Oh, okay.
So
that's interesting.
I don't know what trapping move Banette gets, but it would have gone all 5 turns, unless he's running like Infestation.
I bet. Yep, there it is.
That was the only thing I could have thought of, and he does reveal Knockoff here again. If he does have the Shadow Sneak, I do believe he reveals it here. If not, then he goes for Knockoff again, and either takes out the Banette or
I would be very, very surprised if he has the Shadow Sneak at this point.
Yeah, if he doesn't, yeah, he's just gonna go for another Knockoff.
Yeah.
So what do you believe that fourth move is? Do you believe it's Brick Break for Empoleon?
Gosh, I honestly don't know.
Because it seems weird to not run a priority on a Curse Alolan Muck, in my opinion. And that's not to take anything away from Panther. Obviously, he's a great battler. He knows what he's doing, but
it could have been Pursuit.
It could have been Pursuit, but I don't really see Pursuit and Knockoff being on the same set, unless you're willing to specifically Pursuit trap something that you know is going to withdraw, like say Cresselia. But usually even Pursuit in League matches, me particularly, I run it on Assault Vest sets, and I usually don't run it on either Poison Touch, Black Sludge, or Curse sets, because I feel like it needs the priority if it's going to set up and be that slow. So anyways, we have a 5-5 game right here. What do you think his play is? Do you think it's Garchomp again? Because Garchomp, I believe, Garchomp does damage to 4 out of the 5 remaining members of Panthers team.
Honestly, no. I don't think he sends in a Garchomp here. Simply because Garchomp's at 19.8%, and I think it can still. Well, it might.
Yeah.
It just kind of depends on what the calcs are. He's not carrying the Z move. We learned he had the Life Orb, right?
Yep.
So it depends on how much Earthquake's going into this thing.
And he does send in the Florges, which is an interesting switch in, but again, the Alolan Muck is burned, so the Poison Jab probably will not be doing too much.
It's gonna be interesting.
Based on the way he sent this in, it looks like a more defensive-minded Florges. And again, as you mentioned, it could be Calm Mind as well.
And he may just go for the aromatherapy here to cure his Cresselia.
Yeah. That is definitely something that could happen, as Mother Nature implies.
And he may go ahead and send up a Wish as well, and then get a free aromatherapy. Yep, there he goes with
there's
the Wish.
A curse. And now I believe he has to Poison Jabs. Obviously doing probably about anywhere from, what do you say, 25% to 30%, even at +1 burned. He's gonna
25 to 30%. Yeah, that's pretty reasonable. I would say more towards the 25% range.
There's the aromatherapy, poison cured. Does knock off. He does knock off the leftovers, which is actually huge for him. But he's gonna be able to wish that damage all the way back.
Yeah.
The only other thing that I could foresee coming in to take a wish right now is Mega Blaziken, as it is at half. But it is going to be very risky with a setup Muck currently. But again, it is burned, so there is probably a chance that it will not kill. But again, it is still a very risky play that I don't believe Tarheel wants to make.
Yeah, I don't see the Blaziken coming in. I honestly think Panther goes for another curse here.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I think Tarheel can, never mind. I believe at this point,
there's a second curse.
Yeah, Tarheel can. I was gonna say Tarheel can wish stall this Muck to death, but if he wanted to, but the Alolan Muck does set up another curse, and the Cresselia comes in.
Which I don't really know what Tarheel has in mind here.
Yeah, knockoff is still going to do a lot. Even if he does, Moonlight, he's essentially. Oh, he Calm Minds. Does knockoff. Super effective Colbur Berry. Ah.
Okay.
That's a free Calm Mind. Moonblast at this point, depending on the special defense investment, might take it out.
I think it's gonna be close.
But I do believe that Tarheel's gonna try and go back to full, excuse me. And Moonlight, so what are the chances of this Jellicent having Haze or Clear Smog?
It's Panther. We've seen Taunt, Scald, Toxic.
Toxic, again.
Okay, so yeah, probably not Clear Smog Hate set.
Yeah. So what's going to prevent this? I mean, obviously the Toxic is going to prevent the Cresselia from setting up too much, but he did reveal he does have Moonlight, so it is going to keep it alive for just a little bit longer. Obviously this Jellicent, I believe, does have Recover as well, so we could be in for a little bit of a battle.
He may just go back into Florges here.
Yeah. One thing.
Yeah.
Now he is gonna set up another Calm Mind. There's the taunt. One thing, interesting thing to note: this Jellicent doesn't have leftovers. It does have recover, but it doesn't have leftovers, so it is not recovering damage. It's not recovering HP every turn. And there's the Florges. Scald. Just 17%, and now I believe he's forced to aromatherapy.
I think he can wait. I think he throws up a wish first.
Wait a little bit, set up a couple Calm Minds. But he does send in Strong Jaw, which is a kind of risky play, but if he does have Protect, we are going to see it right now, I believe. As he does not want to risk a Z move coming his way. And he doesn't want to risk a wish. Even though Z moves do go through Protect, obviously, he doesn't want to risk a powerful Z move coming his way and waste the wish. And he does miss the head smash.
That's huge.
Moonblast is going to take out the Tyrantrum.
That's a huge turning point.
Now he does still have the Mega Lucario.
Now an Adamant head smash. Would that have killed?
I don't know if it would have killed, but it would have done a lot to it.
Depends if maybe...
If he was full defense, maybe it would have lived. But I don't know if it was full defense. But again, like you said, it is a huge turning point.
If it was a choice banded Tyrantrum, it would have killed.
Yeah. That was, again, like you said, a huge turning point, as we are sitting at 5-4 right now. He was banded.
Yeah,
and he does send in the Mega Lucario at this point, as I believe he has to. He did kind of reveal Special at this point. So... again,
Special or mixed?
Mixed, he could be, but he did reveal Vacuum Wave at least.
Yeah.
So...
And you gotta be assuming that he's... well, I guess you can't really assume he's carrying Bullet Punch, although with the Florges on the other side.
He may have Flash Cannon. He knows that he's faster, so he may just bring Flash Cannon instead of Bullet Punch. He does set up the Nasty Plot, which is going to be scary. Moonblast does not take out the Mega Lucario. Flash Cannon does take out the Florges, and are we going to see Vacuum Wave? Vacuum Wave, I don't believe takes out the Empoleon at this point, but it does do massive damage to. It will take out the Garchomp. Obviously, it will take out the Mega Blaziken. I believe Flash Cannon will do a lot to the Cresselia, but I don't know if it'll kill from the range it's at. The only question is that Empoleon. Obviously, if he's carrying Focus Blast, he may click it on the Empoleon, but he may not want to risk the miss either after just missing the Head Smash. We are tied up at 4-4 here, but Panther not really on the ropes. Tarheel, a little bit on the ropes here.
Tarheel's on the ropes a little bit. When you got a +2 Mega Lucario in front of you, even if it has 39% health, you're still feeling a little bit of the pressure.
Yeah, I believe that if the Blaziken has Protect, it will be able to set up a speed boost. But again, he does have the Vacuum Wave. The Zapdos and the Empoleon have not come out for their respective sides yet. And that is an interesting thing of note, is that the two Hazard controllers have not come out to Hazard control yet. Actually, no, I did lie. The Empoleon did come out like turn 2 to set up the rocks, I believe. But that's the only time we've seen it.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Tarheel is saying GG, but he can win, obviously, if a Focus Blast is missed. That is, of course, a big if right here. And of course, I don't know if we saw leftovers from this from this Empoleon when it was sent out. We did not. So it may be either Shucka or Chople, knowing that.
Yeah, Vacuum Wave can't kill, so...
Vacuum Wave can't kill, but Focus Blast can.
Yeah, he can still be carrying close combat. Close combat still kills.
Chople? Hydro Pump.
Oh.
He's scarfed? What? Aura Sphere. That is right. I forgot that this thing gets Aura Sphere. Wow. The tech. Wow. He scarfed Empoleon. And unfortunately, wow, that is unfortunately maybe it for GeneralTarheel. The Flash Cannon is going to come from the Mega Lucario, and the Vacuum Wave is going to take out the Mega Blaziken right now.
Wow.
And a good game to GeneralTarheel and Panther as well. Panther going 13-0 for the... going undefeated for the second season in a row in APA Showdown, showing that he is the true commissioner, true top commissioner. Do you have any final thoughts before we sign off, Miticus?
No. He's 15-0 actually this season. 15-0 last season. So he's won 30 straight games in APA Showdown. Quite a resume he has built over the course of the history of the APA, and he has definitely strengthened that resume in the last 2 seasons. At this point, nobody's wanting to go against Panther because he is not to be messed with, especially on Showdown.
Yeah, definitely. It was definitely a back and forth game, in my opinion. Tarheel had some chances that I think he missed. Panther could have easily sealed up the game early, in my opinion, had he had the Shadow Sneak on the Alolan Muck, but I think we determined at this point that he did not, as he never clicked his 4th move, whatever it may be. But again, Panther, I've fought him and been 6-0'd by him. I think we've battled twice, and he's beat me twice. He's a very, very good battler in his own right. And again, nobody wants to face him, but everyone's excited to at the same time as well. So it was a good game to GeneralTarheel, of course, and to Panther as well. But the Carolina Clefables are APA Showdown Season 7 champions. From Miticus, I am SleepingNerd77. I am going to go to sleep. Good night.